Joining us now, NewsNation political contributor, former DNC Democratic Party chairman and attorney, A. Scott Bolden. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Marnie?
I'm great. Thanks for being here, especially on the long holiday weekend. I'll get to the age point in just a moment because I know you have some thoughts on that. But first of all, just sort of the internal turmoil, as it seems. Is this bad for the party or a necessary part of the process?
Well, it's inside politics. You know, the Democrats, I'm a former party chair. It wouldn't be a party. It wouldn't be the Democrats if they weren't fighting internally over something. But there are really important issues here. I understand the generational differences, if you will. I just don't want those generational differences to be misguided. That is, Vice Chairman Hogue, there are some ineffective Democrats. But if they're Democrats because of their age or because of their policies, they're still holding a Democratic seat and they're in safe districts and he wants to primary them. That takes away the resources. Those 20 million could have been in some competitive races. Let's just remember one thing. The political enemy is not the Democrats within or age of Democrats. The political enemy is the GOP and this Trump administration that is tearing down the many institutions and our democracy and the Constitution in ways we've never seen before. Let's focus on that, and we can get the House back and we can get the White House back if we're unified versus these internal squabbles.
Does he have a point, though, when it comes to the establishment and age? I mean, for both parties, you could argue that is a political hot talking point.
Well, experience versus energy. Experience versus young people in a hurry. When I was his age, I was in a hurry, right? And I learned that you've got to operate effectively and efficiently within a system, even if it is seniority. I'm a partner at a large international law firm, right? And if you're in a hurry and you just want to go in like a bull in the china shop and primary individuals, okay, that's one point, but you're going to leave a lot of dead bodies, political dead bodies along the way. And then what does that say about your leadership? And what does that say about unifying the party after that? Attacking someone's age, making them retire or primarying them is never going to build a whole lot of friends in the Democrat or Republican Party, and doing it in a very public way. I think there's a better way to do it. I think the enemy is the Republicans, and we've got to stay focused on that. And that's the only way we're going to get the House back or the Senate or even the White House at some point.
When it comes to this vice chair redo vote, is there an element of this is personal versus this is political?
I don't think so. Clearly, those who Kenyatta and Hogue don't want to run for re-election or run for election again, nobody would want that, so they would automatically, naturally be opposed to that. The reality is these squabbles or these revotes at the state level take place all the time because either the rules haven't been followed exactly or those who lost want to bring challenges, and that's a good thing for the party. And if you won once, you ought to be able to win again. Hogue's problem is he won once, if he did, or allegedly won once, right? And now he's announced that he's going to primary elder Democrats in safe districts, and now he's got to run for re-election. That puts him at a real disadvantage, I think, because it's a huge conflict of interest to go against what the party principles are and to say, I'm going to go this alone. I'm going to primary Democrats, but I'm going to support the DNC, its platform, and all that it represents. You can't have it both ways, no matter how much of a hurry you're in. And so he's in a bit of a pickle now, which is why he gave $100,000 to the DCCC, I think, and he's trying to make friends, notwithstanding this very public way of going after senior Democrats.
All right, one to watch here in the next few weeks. A. Scott Bolden, as always, thank you, sir.